Right, so it's Friday, 10th of January 2025. So it's first day this week I've been home to see the garden in the light after the recent snow and cold this week. Let's take a look around the garden, see if we've got any damage. I'll show you what I've protected this week and see how everything's faring. Not everything will show damage straight away, but we can have a look what's looking like what as it is. Right, so here down here we've got my Trachycarpus Fortunii cross princeps. Now I wouldn't normally protect this, we did spear pull the other year, so I just had a spare bit of fleece, just threw it over the top. I'll uncover it and just see how it's looking. It had already had snow on it. It weren't until maybe Wednesday night that I covered this up, just to try and stop the centre spear getting too cold and hopefully stop it spear pulling this year, because I love this palm. It's a fantastic plant. Now we've got 2 more nights of cold, looking like around -4, so I might throw that back over for another couple of days, couple of nights. We've had -6 has been the worst for me this week, so not terrible but cold enough, so it's worth just protecting some plants. So then down here we've got, as you can see, the big boot here. It's got a big bag over it. I managed to get that over the full structure rather than trying to work under beneath it. I didn't manage to get it all the way down to the bottom. As you can see under there, I've got more fleece wrapped around the trunk, and I can undo this to let a little air in, but that's worked quite well, I think. Big bag that. I think it's 2 meters by 2.5 meters maybe. Quite difficult getting it over the structure, but well worth the effort. But I'll be coming back off that, or probably Sunday morning I think I'll take that off, because that's the last time we're gonna have any frost, at least for a week. So it's definitely coming back off. Let's see if we can see down under here. So you can see here, I wrap the trunk up a little bit just to give it extra little bit of protection. I know I didn't get right up into the growing point, which is where I really needed to get, but when it was dark and freezing I couldn't really get into this bit, because I did that after I'd put the bag on. But I think that should be fine. It's just giving it that little bit extra because I had it available to me. So then here, I did say in a previous video that I would just tie the fronds up on these, the leaves of the cord lines, but I had these two fleece bags arrive in the week, and I just threw these over the top. As you can see, cordline Charlie boy, still got the zip tie around it, but I had these bags, so just threw them over the top. So we've got Torbay Dazzler. Did I just call that Charlie boy a minute ago? This one's Charlie boy. Look at this one. I think I've pulled the zip tie off with that. Looking good at the minute, but that's not to say that they won't have taken damage and show damage in the next couple of weeks, or as spring starts to come, and we'll see if any damage comes. It's always going to be a risk with these. They're not totally bulletproof. We're hoping the Trachycarpus would give them a little bit of protection, but when the snow came, I just pulled all the leaves of the trachy down. It did expose them a little bit, and that's the reason I put the fleece bags over, just another extra layer of protection. This trachy should be absolutely fine. Should be no issues with this. It's never taken damage before. I don't expect these temperatures to do it any damage whatsoever. It's only the smaller ones I've covered. To be fair, I think I actually only protected the first one I showed you, small ones. I've got some small Kindler Hill which I probably should have protected. I forgot about them at the time though, so we'll go have a look at them in a minute. Euphorbia sulking a little bit, but perfectly fine. These going away nicely. These. I'm hoping to do some cuttings at some point of this so I can move this around the garden. I like this plant. This one's looking flawless, this trachy. No problem whatsoever with that. I did have Trachycarpus nova in a pot here, which, because it was in a pot, I just moved it into the greenhouse for a couple of nights. Again, I'll bring that out Sunday. There's no reason when I've got the greenhouse not to use it. The pot's going to freeze through much quicker than the ground is. Nothing else in this bit to worry about, really. Imagine the Tetrapanax melted in these temperatures. Yeah, this one was still, on my previous video, this one was still slightly green. I mean, still green, but that won't be alive, that leaf. But yeah, that should come back fine next year. Well, this year now, in springtime. I'm hoping for this one to do quite well. I need to mulch this area actually. Get that done soon. This path's very slippy in the ice. Watch me foot in. So this is the sort of weather that killed off the growing point of this Tetrapanax last winter. As you can see, I did throw some leaves over. Some of them have held, these ones haven't. But it was where it started to flower that I think let in the rot last time. So just by trying to protect that, I'm hoping that I can keep the stem height of this and not die back, because otherwise we're starting back down here again. And I really want this to be an up and above my head canopy. But for the last couple of years it's been at your face level and a bit awkward to walk past, so hopefully this year's the year. I'm not worried at all about what the pups do. They can die off if they like, it's not a problem. There's not a lot really in this area to see. Again, this palm looks absolutely fine, this one. And then under here, this one's got Xanthodecia Hercules under here. I don't know what it's going to look like. Frozen solid by the looks. That'll thaw out that. In fact, it's not even. It's still soft, nice. Yeah, I've just protected that. It should be totally hardy, but just trying to keep it there so it carries on growing from there and not dies back completely to the ground to start again. I'm hoping this one gets good size this year. A little bit disappointed with how it grew last year, but I think after seeing other people's, that was just down to me lack of feeding it, giving it enough nutrients. We'll correct that this year. These Canna musifolia here, these have only got their own leaves mulched over them. I didn't do anything more with these. Not sure how these will fare, because I'd usually put manure or something over them just to help bring them through. But it's a fairly big clump. I'm sure something in there will survive, even if the edge ones that are a bit exposed die off. I'm sure in the centre there's some that will come through. But I'll probably dig this up in spring anyway to divide it. Spread it around the garden again. Move some on maybe. But yeah, I've not done a lot to this. I've done even less to these Canna, which is Tropicana Black. There's not a lot happening down here at all. Canna usually for me do come through fairly well, but yeah, it is worth mulching. I should have put a little something over them, but I'm not too worried about that. Tree ferns here. As you can see, I wrapped the top third, well it's almost top half. It's just what I had to hand. Just wrap that around the top of the trunk, and then it's a little bit of electrical wire just to tie it up so it doesn't blow away. And then, as you can see in the top, same as everyone else will be doing, it's a nice ball of fleece. A lot of it actually in there. Same with the other one, but the other one I used some underlayment, some groundwork underlayment. This is what went under all my paths. This were lying about in the garage. So again, wrapped it up, did a cable around it. It's gonna help protect it. That can come off again. Might even take that off tomorrow because it's not going to be super cold from tomorrow. Come out in the daytime, assess things again. This is just a short look around the garden. Loquat's looking good down there. That's grown well. That this year it only went in as a real little plant. But some nice big leaves. I might potentially move this though. I'm not 100% yet. But that's not suffered at all. And with it only being little, I've seen some people's they've snapped in the high winds recently. That's obviously only small, not took any damage. Flaring either, that's even not took any damage either. That's beautiful. And obviously we've got the Musabaju hardy banana. Imagine these are frozen, but should be perfectly fine. I don't think really we're in a bad position. I think everything looks as I expected it would. You know, not going to know really for another couple of weeks, maybe another couple of months. See how things grow. This waggy spear pulled, was it last year or the year before? It's only just starting to get its fronds back. I didn't protect this. I'm hoping it's going to be fine, but I'm hoping that's got its roots down. It's going to be better than when I first planted it and it first spear pulled. Fingers crossed on that one. I'm pretty confident it's not going to spear pull, but you never know, do you? Nice to see the garden in the snow, but when you're into these tropical style plants, it's not the weather for them. I think that's it. I just wanted to have a quick poke around the garden, see how everything's fared now. I'm pretty pleased, to be honest. Coming up in another week or so, I'll do a full tour of the garden for the January tour. Not gonna be much differences, to be fair, but I'll keep the series going. It's good to look back on as the years roll by. If anyone does have any questions about any specific plants or anything you'd like to look at, just leave a comment down below. We'll come out and we'll have a look at it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.